Fire's got a question here, and he's writing into the show. He couldn't be here to ask this in voice, but Fire asks this. What are your thoughts on skull tricking? Should it be looked down upon? Is it a form of scamming? Should Jagex do something about it? And if so, what should they do? Or do you feel if you step into the wild, all is fair game? That's a super interesting question, and I think it has to do with, a bigger issue of like, how do you do PvP right in an MMO? It feels like the community has gone through waves where when everyone was new to PvP and technically they gave us the ability to fight each other and fight our friends and interact with people, that was really fun. But then as people understood systems a little bit better, PvP got like really annoying. And suddenly everyone started to do every single little toxic trick in the book to just get a leg up on each other and just try to get loot. So it feels like, really, really early it used to be, yay, let's have a party, let's fight each other. And then it slowly turned into, I'm better than you, and I can take your money, and I'm doing this for a GP per hour kind of activity. So then it landed on the devs. What are you going to do to fix this? How do you make it fair? Blah, blah, blah. So what's my opinion on skull tricking? Man, it kind of sucks. Everyone that's in the wilderness has their own philosophies on how to play the game. Some people are totally fine with tricking people, but I don't want to be that person. I wouldn't want to go into the wilderness, pretend that I am risking items and lying about it, so that when I attack, or when I get someone to attack me, oh, you're now risking more than you wanted to. You made a mistake because I tricked you into it. It's literally a lie, and I don't like that. I think that shows, some low character. When it comes to making content, I forgive everyone on YouTube. I don't know who specifically does all the skull trick videos. Is it Sir Pugger or not? But his YouTube content, it's awesome YouTube content, man. I'll watch it all day. I think it's so funny when he gets someone, and I think it's really good content. But if you're just like straight up in the wilderness skull tricking people, you're just like out there trying to get GP per hour, I don't think that's very cool. It's not very fun. So should Jagex fix it? Yeah. But I think that the mechanics actually get a little bit deep on some of those skull tricks, so that I wouldn't be able to intelligently suggest a fix. What I want is for everyone to get together to play the game in a way where no one's lying to each other and they can just fight and have a good time. But the moment that risk and fighting comes into it, people get mad at each other and people want to hurt each other and stuff. And that's just the way it's going to be. Not everyone's going to play this game for the fun, and for the good experience. And so we're going to have to deal with that. It's going to be up to Jagex to somehow find a way to fix skull tricking. It's weird because it's a difficult problem, because the moment that they fix skull tricking, if they don't do it right, it'll present an opportunity for the opposite problem to happen, where you can initiate a fight without sculling up, and people will use that to their advantage, right? So it's difficult. I don't have a mechanical solution for it. This question in this forum says, do you look down upon, or should it be looked down upon? You don't have to judge people. You don't have to say that you're obviously better because you've never skull tricked someone. You can just be like, well, I guess here's my reaction. I guess I am looking down on them. You can do it with some grace, though. You understand, they've got some motivation to do this thing, and you get it. It's too bad. If you want to look for a fair fight in the wilderness, maybe some communication needs to be involved. And Look for the dopamine riddled fight that you're looking for. You know, fight a friend, I guess. It's too bad, because yeah, that is the state of the wilderness, and PvPers have been complaining for years now that that PvP is dying. It makes sense. People trick each other. It's hard. It is hard. At the end of the day, before we get any fixes from Father Jagex, everything in the wilderness is fair game. Everything in the world is fair game, and if something happens to you, you're just going to have to accept it. So if you're out in the wilderness and you get skull tricked and you lose your stuff, shoot, you did take that risk on. It's never going to come to a situation where, like, if you get tricked, we're going to take that person to court or something. You lost your stuff, it was fair game. That's the world that we live in right now. So that's my view on it. Yeah. I discourage people from skull tricking. Some people will. You know, don't take out anything in a boat that you're not willing to lose. Don't go into the wilderness with anything that you're willing to lose as well. Every game has a meta that eventually changes what the game is. They often don't handle high skill very well. I love that you phrased it that way. That was cool. Yeah. Early days, games are fun. Eventually people figure things out, and then high skill in every game is like, the devs are like, oh, wait, I didn't mean for it to be that way. But people get so good that they figure these things out, and it changes the game every time. What can Jagex actually do to fix PvP then? I don't know. I don't know. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's impossible. Your thought of it's meant to be unfair, and that's like where the fun comes from. I respect that statement. I think that's a cool way to say that.